What's up, everybody? Going live. It's been a minute that I've been going live, so I just decided to go live real quick. This might be caught up in the replay, so just trying to go on and talk about based on the title "Tech Layoffs" and what's happening in terms of tech layoffs and what's currently happening. So, um, I recently, in the past, and in the past, right now I'm just gonna just talk. It's not gonna be a huge, a long session with this. It's just gonna be a short. So in the past, I haven't been here in 3 weeks or 2 weeks. For the past year, just a year, and currently now, I've always wanted to delve into the area of teaching AI, teaching big data, and basically teaching that not only through a course but through different avenues to teach how data works and how to get into the area of not only prompt engineering but also AI ethics and different area itself. But the question was, in this highly competitive market, can I really teach that? Can I really teach someone to go from a novice to getting an AI job or getting a big data job that pays 70K, 100K, 150K, 200K? And I had to ask myself that question: that is it possible for someone like me to be able to teach that without have experience and have all that? And the question was, I can tell you. So the next question was, can I basically go out with my experience and get those jobs before I start teaching or start presenting courses or start doing stuff in terms of, hey, I have a course in AI ethics and you can make 130, 140. Can I tell you that if I can't do it myself? Or hey, I can teach you the fundamentals of data analysis. I can teach you the fundamentals of data science, prompt engineering, all these big AI careers, and I can teach you this, and you can get a good salary of 150, 160, 200K. And the question is, how can I teach you if I can't do it myself? So the question was, can I take a year and a half, and look at what's out there that's recently and what's out there? Because again, I have had my job. I've had the job of the AI field for years, and I still have a job in that field too. But the question is, can I teach you? Again, I'm also doing accounting to do AI and accounting and all that. So I'm doing a lot. But the question is, can I teach some? I started teaching people, but I wanted to make sure mm, I can actually get these jobs in a highly competitive market. And for the past year and a half, I've been applying. I've basically also been going back to the drawing board, revamping my resume, revamping my tech skills. I've been reading, I've been studying, I've worked on gaining skills in Rust. I started Rust programming. I also started looking into quantum neural networks. I started studying that with also emphasis on finance and accounting, and I started doing a lot. Now the question was, with all these stuff I've learned and all the skills I've acquired, and also my past experience, can I teach someone that, and also can I get a job in this highly competitive market? And I decided to go through with that. And what happened was at the end of the day is this, and this is the reflective of what happened apparently after doing all that and going through and trying to get the skills. Because the tech layoffs currently, they are highly tech layoffs. But the funny part is the tech layoffs are effectively. I really look at the tech layoffs in terms of the big tech companies. In terms of tech and healthcare and all that. Oh, there's an echo. Okay, I'm trying to see. Let's see. Hold on. There was an echo. Hold on. Is the echo still in there? Are you still hearing the echo? If put a one if you still hear the echo. I'm using one of a new mic, so I don't know if you can still hear echo. Okay, cool. So the past year and a half, I've basically the, the, the tech the tech scene. There's a lot of competitive. It's competitive currently, and my question was, can I, in this competitive market, start looking at jobs in terms of tech jobs, in terms of not only AI, in terms of big data jobs? Can I look into getting a job as a systems engineer in terms of AI systems engineer? Can I get a job in the area of data science, data analytics? Can I get a job as a prompt engineer or prompt scientist or AI ethics consultant? Can I get these jobs? If I can't get these jobs, how can I come in and say, hey, I created a course and I can teach that. I can teach you to get 130, 150, 160. And if I can't get it, how can I teach that? At that point, it's kind of fraudulent. If I can come in here and say, hey, you can get 150, you can get a 130K job, but I can't get it myself, I believe that's fraudulent. I believe that's not something you really want to advertise. That's why when people come out and say, hey, they can do courses, I always ask myself the same question. Can you do it for yourself? Have you done it for yourself? Do you have proof that you've done it for yourself? And that's what most people are not asking in terms of all these course creators. But me, I said, if I can't do it myself, I cannot teach that course. So surprisingly, I decided to say, okay, I brushed up on my skills thanks to Women in Linux in terms of they they showed me certain arenas that were basically profitable, in terms of quantum, in terms of the area of data and all that. So I just did Rust, learned Rust, went back into the drawing board, learned some of the skills I did again, and just went back. I learned a lot of skills back. So the question is, at the end of the day, what did that do? What did that do in terms of what? How did that work out in terms of applying for jobs, especially within um, this highly competitive. Again, I believe people still say it highly competitive, but I don't think it's that competitive. But in this tech market, how did I fare? And the good thing is, I actually fared well, real well. I currently have, I believe, just a few. I currently have like 9 to 10 offer letters for in the past 8 9 months, and these offer letters range from 165 to 210. And I haven't had a couple. I had like 2 or 3. I think last month, 2 offer letters last month in the area of, again, this ranges from area of machine learning, data science, different areas, and especially in different avenues. So I have 8 9 offer letters, and these were real signed in with, and these are base pay, 165 to 2. So these are base pay, and I did that to say this. Yes, I'm coming out with a course. I'm coming out with training because one thing I'm seeing is there's a lot of focus in one area of tech. I'm seeing it's usually in cybersecurity and um, cybersecurity most of the time, and then goes into tech sales. But the area of big data, in terms of AI, prompt engineering, the actual teaching of these, I'm seeing a lot of neglect in that. We're seeing a lot of AI tools coming out to play. We're seeing a lot of AI tools coming into play, but we're not seeing a lot of people basically teaching them the right ways. For instance, a prompt engineer. People thinking prompt engineers are just someone who just write prompts all day, and but there's a statistics involved in that prompt engineering aspect of it that needs to be taught. There's also understanding what the AI aspect of it, in terms of the deep learning approach and all that. To understand that prompt side. So there's aspect in terms of understanding all that. So you want a prompt engineer salary that pays 165 to 170. Yes, you need to understand certain prompts, especially for the field. So if you're going into the healthcare field and you want to be a prompt engineer for that field, DevOps, SRE, beautiful, you can do that. Yes. Again, I'm with Women in Linux in terms of, if you go to Women in Linux, there's a need for infrastructure and there's a need for AI, and those are usually not neglected. Yeah, or it's pretty vast. Yeah, yeah, it's interesting. There's a lot of, but infrastructure and the actual AI and data analysis and analytics, it's not being taught. So I mean, even AI ethics. If you recently saw, I put a video out here about a robot accidentally or intentionally touching a woman's behind. See, that is part of AI ethics. As an AI ethics consultant, I can come in and ask the question: how did you train the robot? Can I see the source data of the robot? Then analyze not only the source data, but analyze the output of the algorithm. Ask questions in terms of, did you look at, let's see, the process itself? What biases are within there? How do you detect biases over time? Um, Again, it could be cultural bias. Over time, it's the data training. Is the data training the robot to adapt to cultural bias, where or even male and female bias relationship? All that is basically part of AI ethics and bias engineering, and that can be taught in terms of, as an AI ethics consultant, you're there to detect and create processes to detect biases as it creeps up. Because again, bias will always exist. But as an AI bias, you must create that bias. Yeah, it was funny, but I saw an opportunity when that robot was getting handsy with that woman. I didn't see it as a Everybody saw it as a problem. I saw it as oh, they need an AI ethics consultant that can help them create um, processes that can detect bias or cultural biases around that. I saw that as an advantage. I saw that as a way to see things like AI ethics, AI bias, and that's just a robot. Imagine what's happening in banking sector, where algorithms are now we have problems with algorithms making decisions and denying loans and denying access to funds based on race and all that. So an AI ethics consultant, an AI bias consultant, will create processes to detect those kind of stuff before it becomes a huge problem. So these are what we're not seeing. I'm not seeing courses and I'm not seeing things around that are creating around that to basically say, hey, you don't need to be a coder to do AI ethics. You don't need to be a coder to do prompt engineer. You don't need to be a coder to be an AI consultant. You don't need to be a coder to do this, but some of these are not being basically taught. So, and they're not pathways to do this. But again, I said, I say this because if I couldn't go out and during this competitive market try to facilitate ways for me to get these jobs, I can't come out and say I can teach you to get this job. I went out and got offers. I'll still get offers till today. My emails are still pinging till today. Hey, Patrick, I get offers out of nowhere. Like, hey, Patrick, we'll pay you this amount of money 150, 160, 170, 210, 220, 230. We want you to be an AI consultant or AI ethics consultant or look into our source data. So I get these kind of offers in this highly competitive market. And the problem is, people think when you go into AI and all that, it's difficult to get jobs. It's not, especially if you niche down to what you're good at. So if you love healthcare and you want to be a prompt engineer, you apply to the healthcare fields and see, okay, look, you create the algorithms. I can be a prompt engineer for you, and you now start looking at the domains for the healthcare field, looking at the source data, looking at the algorithms being created. What kind of algorithms are they created? How do I get in the AI ethics consultant for a healthcare hospital that create algorithms? That's a huge job. Do you know how much problems hospitals will have if they put an algorithm that behaves like a human right now, that basically delivers pain medication based on race? The amount of lawsuits that might come out from that. But AI ethics consultants can come in and say, hey, I'm putting these processes in place to trigger a warning if when there's a bias about to be basically come into play. That's what an AI ethics consultant does. It reviews and sees not only your source data but also your output data, and then tries to statistically analyze that to see where the biases might occur over time. So that's just one avenue. And so the question now I want to go now is to create insights and avenues to say, hey, there is cybersecurity. Even in cybersecurity right now, I'm getting offers in terms of a data scientist in cybersecurity, where you analyze not only people's day-to-day activities, but also when they hack into systems. Your goal is to predict based on their past actions in terms of what is being utilized to hack into systems. Your goal is to take all that data and make predictions on where the possible hack might occur in the next 2 months, the next 3 months, and what kind of hack might occur. And your goal, if you can predict it, then you can create avenues and processes that can prevent that. So these are the data science, the data analytics, the machine learning, all that AI, it's continually growing. But what I'm seeing is less and less people in going in this field. They're going into, yes, the cybersecurity. It's big, and cybersecurity is growing too. But so is AI, so is data, and all that. They're growing side by side. If they hack a system for their data and they hack it because they're looking for the most important part of it is the data they're hacking into. If you're hacking into a company, you're hacking a company because you want to take something valuable or you want to shut something down. So you hack like all the credit cards. They hack in the system to collect data, to mine data. So that means the data in there is worthwhile. Why is it worthwhile? So your goal as a data scientist, machine learning, as a data analyst or anything, is to know how to understand how valuable that data is. So again, the goal, what I came here to say, look, what I came here to tell you is during these tech layoffs, it's affecting everybody. It's for me, it took me into a place where I had to realize I need to go refresh my skills, then go out in the job market and see how competitive my skills are to the job market. And to be honest with you, it was it was a fun activity to learn, and it just basically reconfirmed what I was always talking about, that you always need to keep your skills always sharp. So that's why I came here to tell you is this. I, I, in this highly competitive market, in this highly, very competitive, hey, casual economist, in this highly competitive market, I went out and decided to basically apply. And I applied to a lot of jobs. And I got a lot of offers, again, a lot. So my goal is to say the field of AI and data analyst and data analytics and big data and machine learning and all that, it's highly lucrative. It's not that competitive, and I want more people in this field because this field coincides with robotics, coincides with healthcare, coincides with automated vehicles, coincides with all the deep fakes you're seeing right now, music, everything. AI is now everywhere. And everybody's talking about the cybersecurity part, but nobody's talking about this part, the AI part, the real core of AI, and how that is highly, very lucrative. So the tech layoffs affected me, but in terms of how it affected me, it wasn't that bad. So I just want to make sure. Yes, I've been gone in a while. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna start posting a little bit more, but I've been gone again. I had to take my classes. I'm almost in the second. Almost next month I'll be done with my first semester in terms of classes for my CPA license. So hopefully by next year I should be able to sit down for my CPA license and get that and utilize that in forensic accounting and data science and all that good stuff and some plans around that. But what I'm saying now is I'm gonna start looking at avenues to start trying to help people get into this area of AI because it's competitive, but that it's not that difficult to get in if you understand how to do it. Again, I got offer letters off the wazoo. I mean, I still get calls till today. So I want people to start getting into the area of AI, start looking at it seriously. And if you don't need to be coding. Again, you can go into AI consulting or AI ethics, which I believe that's one of the great rules will be coming out. AI ethics. You just need to understand again certain things. But AI ethics is going to be big. Prompt engineer is going to still be big, but depends on where you want to do prompt engineer. If you want to be prompt engineer, I always say healthcare, finance, and education. If you can do a prompt, if you want to be a prompt engineer, look at prompt engineer in the finance and healthcare field, because for instance, all the algorithms being created to detect cancer or the algorithms for telehealth systems, they need prompt engineers to actually understand how to teach the algorithms how to basically detect when people start typing in their symptoms. You need a prompt engineer to actually teach that algorithm how to understand the symptoms. So when the people start typing in symptoms, or I'm having a headache and I'm drowsy, it might not be drowsy, I might be feeling lightheaded. A prompt engineer is supposed to learn how to teach that algorithm to understand what drowsy, lightheaded, and means, all that. So, understanding how to prompt in the healthcare field, understanding the AI in terms of what the AI is in the healthcare field makes you a very powerful prompt engineer, and it pays real well. Understanding AI ethics in the healthcare field. So if someone comes in and say, hey, the algorithm came in and basically you see again when an algorithm when a lot of people come in maybe during an emergency, does the algorithm basically go in and separate people based on race or separate people based on actual actual health issues? If someone is bleeding more, or if someone's blood pressure goes, or does the algorithm just say, hey, this guy is black, he's gonna separate that? Your goal at that point as an AI ethics consultant is say you need to put in processes that if that stuff is happening, you should be the one notified immediately before anybody else, and be able to tackle that as an AI ethics consultant. So these are the roles I'm going to start looking into creating courses and creating teaching, real teaching ability, teaching scenarios, because they pay a lot. Again, I have offers that pay this much, and these are offers when I didn't accept it. These are offers that are still open till today. So my question is, they're not filling it because it's difficult to find. I mean, it's difficult to find a data scientist, a machine learning engineer, or this. And these roles pay 210K. An AI type AI ethics consultant. You see the role. There's so many roles that can be filled right now, but they need people to fill these roles. And these roles are sometimes remote, and they pay well. So I'm just doing this quick rant to say yes, they'll take layoffs. Yes, people are jumping into the cybersecurity side, and the more people start jumping, and I realize this stuff too. The more people start jumping into cybersecurity, that's not mine. So, for instance, the AI ethics. First things first, the cyber. Let me finish with the cybersecurity comment. The more people start jumping into cybersecurity, the more it becomes highly competitive, and also the salary ranges start reducing, and it becomes a little bit more saturated. And the more people start jumping in, the more they start ignoring the AI side, and that's what I'm seeing. People are jumping into cybersecurity because you see all the data, and there are a lot of jobs here. Don't get me wrong, but people start jumping into cybersecurity, and they start ignoring the data side, the AI side, and that leaves the job wide open. Where I can get in 1 month 3 offers, and I know once I take, if I don't take one or two of them, somebody that means somebody needs to take you, but they can't find somebody to do it, and that's a problem. That role basically stays open. So yes, the cybersecurity is great. It's great. It's I will never knock it. But there's some rules that nobody's talking about. Again, I'm going to mention it for casual economists. AI, an AI ethics consultant. It pays 134,000 to 160K, and an AI ethics consultant or an AI ethics professional, they're used in many areas. I talked of the one where the robot was inappropriately touching a woman in in her in her behind. An AI ethics professional, the goal of that was to recognize why that was happening and when basically recognize what data did they use to feed that, or again the robot might be mimicking behaviors, not only data being fed but what's in the environment. Now the question is it a cultural bias, and does that cultural bias fit that occasion? So all these questions are being, you need an AI ethics consultant or AI ethics professional ask that question, and not only ask that question, but also build processes to detect when that is going to be happening. And yes, Google. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that an AI ethics individual can come in. They basically become the PR of AI. An AI ethics professional becomes a PR for any AI system. For instance, if the automated vehicles, if it starts misbehaving in such a way in terms of doing not detecting certain people or certain things, an AI ethics consultant or bias comes in and asks that question. In law right now, they're creating AI to basically define bail based on an individual. An AI ethics professional comes in and says, okay, we need to put certain things in place to make sure, because bias will always happen. But your goal as an AI ethics professional is to detect biases before it even happen. If so, as it's about to happen, your goal is to say to have basically processes and stuff that signals you to you, hey, there's a red flag, something's going to happen. This algorithm is creating a bias right now. You need to halt this and go back to the source data and fix all this. And they pay well just to have the ability to understand that. And that's just one role as an AI ethics. And that's 135 to 150. There's an AI prompt engineer, which you've heard, but they've not actually told you the truth, the real value of AI prompt engineering. There's AI prompt engineer in healthcare. There's AI prompt engineer in finance. There's AI prompt engineer in the justice system. So the AI prompt engineer is niched. So the more niched you are, the more valuable you are. So if you're an AI prompt engineer in the healthcare system that focuses on algorithms that make decisions from not only telehealth to systems detecting cancer cells to all that, if you're an AI prompt engineer that can do that, then you're more valuable. Or you're an AI prompt engineer that can prompt systems in terms of the justice system that says, hey, we have this algorithm that makes decisions based on bail. And we want you to prompt these algorithms to make the right decision based on, if it's race, based not race, but based on environment, based on the individual itself, and ask the question, how is this AI being trained? What is the source data? And all that. That is huge. So AI prompt engineer is going to be huge, but it's going to be huge in the niche side. So is AI ethics, such as data analytics. People think, this came in that ChatGPT would take over data analytics. It can't. It wouldn't, because remember, data changes. The data you get changes so frequently and changes based on the environment that when you do analysis, ChatGPT can't really interpret real time data for real time business, and do that, and at the same time connect it to the processes you have in your business. Because most once you do an analysis based on the processes in the business and how that has been affected in real time. And then ChatGPT, there's a limitation to ChatGPT in terms of analytics. ChatGPT will give you, okay, this is analytics, but can you give it real time analysis on real time data? And even with SQL, it still needs help in terms of SQL. So with data analysis, data science, and all that, remember ChatGPT is just a library of different information. But the actual application of real time data and real world data and real world effects and environment, that's where data analysis, data scientists, and all that individual who understands the process, understand how the process works, and linked it to the data itself. So again, this is it's a rant. Was a rant to tell you, hey, the area of AI and big data and data analysis, they still pay a lot. Everybody's showing the cybersecurity. The more they focus on it, the more this field is being ignored, and the more money is basically being pumped in to understand it. Again, I've been given offers. I have offer letters off the wazoo, and I want to make sure I teach people who really want to learn this, give them the avenue to learn it and apply it. And that is what I'm trying to talk about now. So, yes, there are tech layoffs. Yes, it's it's the news is making it bad as it is, but it's not that bad. Anytime I see anybody talking about cybersecurity, I laugh and I'm happy. But the more they talk about it, the more they focus on it, the more people are ignoring the AI side, and the more valuable it becomes. It becomes really valuable, and it's valuable especially if you learn it. And we need more people to learn this, and that's as simple as it can get. So soon I'll start trying some YouTube ads out there with the same speech, quick speech, and say, hey, I want to teach you how to get this amount of money in the area of data science, data analytics, area of AI, big data. If I can do it, if I can do it with 7, 8, 9 offer letters, and the height of the whole height of tech layoffs, then I can teach you to do it too. So, so there are different ways you can do this. For so what I'm gonna do now is this. I'm currently right now busy in terms of trying to design these courses, and also design. Um, Still working on my CPA because I think I need to understand more of the financial side. But what I'm gonna do is, for people in this YouTube channel that have been here loyal, I will probably give some of it free once I'll see how it is. Because especially with the AI ethics, because I think the AI ethics is going to be a huge course that needs to be looked into on how AI ethics work and how to design a process, how to look at, analyze the source data, analyze the output, design a process to detect all this, and use different algorithms to do that. Probably I'll do that maybe for this channel for free, and give you, and hopefully I can limit that to a 30-minute course. I don't want to give you, it can take 4 hours, but I don't want to put that much information where it overwhelms people. So, yeah, I like that feedback. I'm gonna put it out and see how people get receptive in terms of AI ethics, because I think that's going to be a huge part, because more and more AI coming in use and coming in play, but nobody's asking that question, especially in AI ethics for law and all that good stuff. But that's one of the courses I'm going to start looking into, AI ethics and fundamentals of AI, because nobody understands that. That's one thing nobody quite understands. So AI ethics, fundamentals of AI. Then we delve into more of the prompt engineering, machine learning, all that good stuff. But my goal now is to make sure people understand the opportunities that are here. I mean, it's ridiculous. You can go out and the way once you understand AI and big data, you can actually go in and demand what you're worth. I can I can tell you right now without a figure of a doubt, in the company I work for currently, because again I'm still in the field. The company I work for, till today, I get offers from my own company to go to other jobs, to other places, and say, hey, are you happy with this? We want you to go and do this, or go to this other department, and we'd like you to go there and head this department. If you're not happy with this, go. Can you go do this to the department? I get that offer every 4 months or every 6 months. Can you go and start up a data science or big data in this department for us real quick? I get that every 4 months, because the increase of data and the increase of how that data is going to be utilized and captured and used to understand how processes or how business activity works is getting more and more in demand. And I'm getting that every 4 months. Like, hey, this role came out. We'd like you to go head this out, head this in this country, or head this in this place, or do this in this place. Can you do this? We need form a team. Do this, do that, do that. Every 4 months, I get within my own in the company I work for, not mine, but the company I work for. So that's why I think it's highly people need to start looking into this side and looking at it as a way to really make money and as to learn skills that I believe is invaluable. Right now I'm learning quantum neural networks in the quantum field, and using the data science and to learn how to convert the data's binary 0 1 into qubits right now. So I'm learning that. So please, if you love cybersecurity, go into that. But just know, the more people go into the cybersecurity space, the more people go into the tech sales space, you can see that AI and data science space is wide open, and they pay a lot of money just to understand that. A visualization specialist, a data visualization specialist. You know what that means? That means you just need to learn Tableau or Power BI and a little bit of Excel. Tableau, Power BI, or Power BI, and a little bit of Excel to a data visualization specialist. And they pay 120 to 160,000. Data visualization specialist. And just look that up. You're just learning either Power BI, Tableau, and basic statistics and Excel. That's it for a data visualization specialist. And I'm laughing like, wow, that's 2 months of. If you do it right, you can learn that in 2 to 3 months. Learn Tableau in a month and a half, or Power BI in a month and a half, and learn the basics of statistics in 3 weeks. Basics. and go through an interview and say, hey, I know, I know Tableau, I know basic statistics, and I know um, Excel, and they hire you for data visualization specialist, making 130, 140, 160. Data visualization specialist. I saw that, I started laughing. It does sound intimidating, but I promise you it's not. It's funny. Most of these jobs, when you hear, I saw data visual, I was laughing. I'm like, this is just Tableau, and it's funny, but it's not. It's not intimidating. It's just where they hype the job up. So it's not. I've seen job come out. You need to be um, an AI expert in object detection or a real. I'm like, dude, this is not. It's not. It's not that difficult. It's it's funny, but it's not. So my goal is to tell you all these jobs, and when they start listing all the requirements, you start laughing because most of it, if you look at it, is mostly five six of it is basic statistics, analysis, and then it goes into the tools like Python or you need Tableau, but most of it is not that difficult. It's not, and if anybody tells you it is, they're just lying to you. So yes, cybersecurity is hot. It's the hot market. A lot of cyber attacks. Again, I went to do data science into cybersecurity for data scientists. It's it's a market, but you're still dealing with data and using machine learning statistics to analyze attack attack vectors in terms of where people are mostly likely to attack. Social engineering, you use statistics to do social engineering. You do machine learning to predict your likely attack vectors and then who is likely to be attacked. Again, social engineering, you take all the data and then look at who's likely to get attacked in terms of people and places. And you drop a conclusion and you drop a plan based on the data you say, you're likely to get attacked by this, and you get likely attacked by a malware or this or this. These are the ways you need to prevent it based on this, and you might be attacked in the next month or so based on your past data and all that. And you give them the information and say, hey, this is predictive analysis. This is what machine learning is telling you that you might likely be attacked with specific malware and do this, but these are where your weaknesses are, and you go from there. And that's what they did in data science and cybersecurity. So all I'm saying is this: cybersecurity is hot, great, but believe me, the area of AI, data science is really hot because everybody's running to cybersecurity, but ignoring AI and all that, and that's basically driving the monetary aspect up higher and higher and higher. The more you ignore it, the more jobs are going to be there, and the more it gets high. I promise you. I'm still getting offers. I had 2 offers or 3 offers last month. So the job market is getting higher and higher and higher. But I just came here to say this. Please get in the area of AI. Get into the area of all that. Currently, I'm still, to be honest with you, right now, I'm still reading books on deep learning, architectures, and all that, still today. So, while I'm studying my CPA, so please get into this field. It's lucrative, it pays well. The average salary, again, I got 165, the lowest, which I felt kind of pissed. But 165 to 210 base. So, all right. Hopefully I'll come back again and make a video, but mostly you see some ads running. I'll come in here and post um, one or two of my courses, and we'll go from there. But thank you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Please go into the AI and look into the big data field. All right, peace.